Hey everybody, so what we're going to do today is we're going to show you what the proper use of bacon is. I know a lot of people out there, I like bacon and I want to eat bacon. Well, we're going to show you how to really eat bacon. And all you people out there that think that turkey bacon is just as good as pork bacon, or you're lying to yourself when you're saying it is, it's not. It really should just be called fakin', because it's not the same. You want to eat real pork bacon. Now the bacon I get comes straight from the butcher shop. It's not the store-bought stuff. It's the real good stuff. Comes straight from the farm. All right? What you're going to cook it in is a nice cast iron pan. All right? None of that non-stick pans and none of that stuff. You want to get all the flavors you can get. You want to take your time when you cook the bacon. You don't want to jumble it all up in the pan and have it come out all bent and curly and everything. Take your time. Cook the strips nice and flat. Make it work. Make it good. Now listen. Everybody knows you can't eat bacon every day. But when you do eat bacon, do it right. See, we got the bacon cooking in the pan real nice. We'll take our time. We won't cook it at too high of a heat. All right, so here we are on our last batch of bacon. I'm going to flip this bacon over, get it cooked nice on both sides. And while we're waiting for this last little bit of bacon to cook, I'll talk to you about bacon a little bit. So I did mention before about turkey bacon being fakin'. It is. So people, they eat this turkey bacon and they think, oh, wow, it's not as bad as the pork bacon. Yeah, it has a little bit less fat, but it's not good for you. It's not good for you. But then you think it's not that bad, and then you eat it 10 times more than you would have ate pork bacon. Just eat the pork bacon. Just limit how much you eat it. You can't eat it every day unless, you've always wanted to die of a coronary. So, in moderation, you eat the pork bacon. But when you do eat it, because you can only have it every certain amount of time, once a week, every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever, you do it right. You do it right. Look at that right there. See all that grease in that pan? Yeah, well, earlier in the video I said that this is going to be the proper use of bacon. The proper use. So we're cooking the bacon in the pan. We got all the grease in the pan. We're not done. We have not yet used the full potential of the bacon. Alright, so now the bacon's cooked, right? We're done frying up our bacon. Now we're going to put this bacon off to the side. Now some people, they like their bacon well done. I like my bacon a little bit on the chewy side, but that's personal preference. Alright. Now step 2. We got all the oil in the pan there, right? All that bacon grease, right? Well, that's goodness right there. We don't want to lose that, so we're going to use that. What we're going to do is we're going to fry a couple eggs in there. Now, I strongly suggest when you fry an egg, leave the yolk a little run. But that's personal preference. So on this particular sandwich that I'm making, it definitely kicks it up a notch when that yolk is running and it squirts out all over the place and you sop it up with the bread. You'll see what I mean. I like to do my eggs over light. So we got our egg cooking. I'm going to flip it over. Careful not to break the yolk. Get a nice over light. If you think we're done, we're not done. Bacon's a treat, right? So we're going to treat ourselves. So we got the bacon, we got the egg. Oh, that's beautiful. Now when the egg's done cooking, right? Let that last little bit of grease strip off of there. We need that. And we're going to put the egg off to the side, like the bacon. Now the next step, we got some burger patties. Handmade burger patties. You know, don't get the frozen ones from the supermarket, the Bubba Burgers, whatever. No. Get some ground beef, seasoning in there, make yourself up some nice burgers. And you cook them right in that oil. You'll find right in that bacon grease. Because we're going to get the fullest out of this bacon grease. Alright, so here we are. Burger patties are just about cooked. Nice medium. Look at that. Beautiful. So now, what we got to do is, burger patties are just about done, right? So now we're going to take the eggs, put the eggs on top of the burger patty. Then we're going to put the bacon on top of the egg. You put the bacon on there, you want to make sure you pile it nice and high. You know? Like we said before, we're treating ourselves over here. We're not going to eat bacon every day. Probably only going to eat bacon once a month. So when we do it, we're going to do it right. A good 3-4 strips of bacon per burger is pretty good. A little more. Then, on top of the bacon, you want to melt a piece of American cheese. You want it to melt on there. When the cheese melts on there, it puts it all together. It holds it all together in one spot. Now, you definitely don't want to short yourself. You made this beautiful sandwich. You don't want to short yourself with some crappy, supermarket roll. So what you want to get is a nice bakery roll. A potato bread roll. Most of the time, if you buy a good roll from a bakery, you got to cut it yourself. I mean, you went through all this trouble to make a beautiful, perfect sandwich. Don't ruin it with a crappy roll. We'll let our cheese melt. Alright, there you go. Look at them sandwiches. Now that's a beautiful sandwich right there, isn't it? That is a beautiful sandwich. I'm going to take a burger out. All in one shot. Put it right on our roll. Now there's one more thing you can do with this grease, which is what I'm going to do. I'll leave that grease in the pan and let it cool off. Take it out of the pan and put it in the refrigerator a little more. I'm going to take that grease I'm going to mix it with the oil that I use to fry my chicken cutlets tomorrow. Beautiful, beautiful. I get the full use out of my bacon. Then I'm going to put the bun on top. And there is that beautiful, beautiful sandwich. You start biting into that sandwich, the yolk starts running all over the place, and then you get to sop it up as you eat it. Beautiful. Enjoy. Eat bacon. Forget that fake turkey bacon and enjoy yourself. Eat a beautiful sandwich.